Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 9 US fast battleship, the Minnesota. Oh, you don't believe me that she's fast? Look at her go, look at how fast she's moving. How could you possibly say that she isn't fast? Okay, joking aside, let's get to the actual game. If you're interested in my slightly more in-depth opinion that I had, go watch the video yesterday about the Minnesota. But overall, I went over the stats again, and I don't understand. Why would you pick this ship over the Iowa? The Iowa has more HP, the Iowa is faster by 10 knots, the Iowa has more damage per minute than the Minnesota, the Iowa has more AP penetration, and she has a better heal. Now you could say, oh, but the Minnesota has better anti-air, and that's technically true. When you use your defensive anti-air consumable, you do have more anti-air. However, if you don't have defensive fire up, the Iowa actually has more anti-air than the Minnesota does. Which, all in all, makes me wonder, like, why? What's the point of the ship? What does she bring that Iowa actually doesn't? And I'm kind of coming up empty. I don't know how I would change the ship either, because I simply don't have enough experience in her. Anyway, today I'm playing the build with the propulsion mod. So I'm using a captain build that has basic survivability, which does mean that I can accelerate very, very rapidly here. Now, I started out the match by going towards the middle, so that I can choose which way to go. I do have range. I might not be the most accurate ship at range, but hey, I can still deal significant amounts of damage when I aim decently. Like here, we just hit her for 12k. And because of my speed, I don't wish to commit to one side too early. So I stay in the middle until, you know, both sides kind of determine where they wish to fight more on and where less on. But right now we're just waiting here in the middle to see what actually ends up happening, because right now there isn't all that much. This is actually a CV battle, but they're tier 8 CVs, so I'm not really too worried. Oh, there's the Yuguma again. Kinda regret not taking a salvo on the destroyers at start. Oh, somebody's getting torped right now. Oh, that somebody might actually be me. I guess I'll have to dodge a little bit, but this should be fairly easy in the ship. I suppose this is the one thing the Minnesota does have. She has a very good turning circle, so you can dodge between torpedoes rather easily like this. You know, in an Iowa, I probably would have gotten hit by those, but maybe not. I'm not really quite sure how they interact with one. Wait. Is that Z-23 actually heading towards us? Because, I mean, she can't turn around anymore because of the island, right? So she must be... Wait, what is she doing? Okay, so I must turn around and start sailing away. Otherwise, this gets really, really dangerous. The Z-23 might otherwise be capable of rushing me and then landing some torpedoes and causing unfortunate circumstances for myself. But if I just keep sailing away, it'll be no problem. Chances are she actually did launch torps here, but maybe she didn't, who knows. Regardless, I'm going to act as though she had launched those torpedoes, so I'm just going to sail and try to use this island here, because if I get between the position that the island is at, you know, okay, it's already clear she couldn't have launched those torpedoes. Oh, a Yoshino! Ooh, she's standing still. I'm sure she's gonna accelerate, right? There's no way she's gonna stand still. She has to start running. The second, the rear turrets in this case, I fired exactly on her because apparently she decided not to accelerate, which I don't understand, and I got 2 over penetrations and the torpedo protection hit. Wow, that was amazing. Good aim, Aerroon, good aim. But the Yoshino did get punished by some other battleship. Okay, she went, or is going behind the island, and I don't think my shells can arrive in time, so I need to pick a separate or different target. And since there are no other ships here other than the Asashia and the Hipper, I think it makes sense to simply turn around and start heading towards the other direction. I wish to go somewhere where my Odin and Georgia are at, because if I go over there, I think the enemy is going to rally at the A cap and then start pushing towards into the B cap. Or at least we'll try to defend it depending on whether we are able to take B or not. And so, being where that Georgia and Odin are right now, I think it would allow me to be able to get some of their broadsides, and therefore punish them, which would be quite nice to have. because it seems that the Georgia and the Odin are actually leaving that current position, which indicates that they are not going to be over there. I think they're gonna head somewhere where I am right now. Effectively, we're gonna swap positions, I think. Okay, so far, I think the game has gone well enough for us. Both sides have lost 2 destroyers. I'm sure they have control of 2 of the cap zones and they've had that for a while, therefore they have 100 points lead. But I think this doesn't really mean much for the game, because chances are we're gonna sink this Hipper and even the Yoshino, and once that happens, well, I think we're going to be quite a bit ahead. Especially since we do have a Sovietsky Soyuz pushing over there. I mean, there's no chance that Soyuz doesn't finish off the Hipper and the Yoshino. She might go down in return though. Okay, so there's the Yoshino. She's going to be the focus. Oh, planes. Do I defensive fire here? Yeah, sure, let's defensive fire here. Oh, I think Yoshino's gonna be behind the island again. I was paying attention elsewhere, but my guns were reloading anyway, so it's fine. I guess that's one of the advantages of having this ship, huh? Because you have such a long reload, you can pay attention to other things at times. Oh! The Soyuz actually got torpedoed by the Yoshino. Wow. But the Yoshino is so low that at least the Smolensk or the Z-46 should be able to finish her. And this Kremlin was broadside, but I just got 1 ricochet, 3 non-penetrations, 1 penetration and 1 overpen, for effectively very little damage. Oh, and the Z-46 torped the Yoshino. Well done. Now this means that the C cap is secure for us, and it'll be all about fighting over B. We have a Thunderer in the B cap, which is probably not good, because Thunderers are ships that aren't excellent at tanking, but that's not an immediate concern for me. My worry is those 2 battleships in front of me. Ooh, and that Iowa is showing full broadside. Let's oof this Iowa here. Come on. Come on. Oh, yes. Okay, I mean, we got 8 penetrations and only 1 of them was a Citadel, but still, that was a lot of them. I do also have to make a fairly dangerous turn, but overall it's okay, because the Citadel does sit underwater, so a turn like this is okay-ish. The reason I have to do it is because if I keep going ahead, I will run into the Kremlin and the Minnesota on top of the secondaries of this Friedrich der Grosse and potentially that Iowa. The main thing is the FDG secondaries. They will simply keep eating away at me, and that's going to be a problem because they'll start fires. Oh! Iowa showing broadside again! Iowa, no! Don't do that! That's just going to end very, very, very badly for you. Goodbye! Okay, so now we're gonna deal with this Friedrich der Grosse. The enemy Minnesota is also heading over here, but that's okay. She's just as fast as I am, therefore she probably won't catch up. But the FTG is a problem, and I don't have a good way of dealing with her, considering she's angling against me. I can't overmatch any of her armor, and so I'm mostly just left with superstructure hits, which is why I'm gonna swap over to HE now. I also have to start getting off my heals now, because I am relatively low at this point, and I would really like to get out of the secondary range of this FTG. I do not wish to be set on fire. Luckily they only have battleships and destroyers left, so chances are that if I get set on fire I should probably use my DCP immediately, rather than waiting to be set on fire again. There is one good news here though. My Odin is pushing, and the Odin has torpedoes and she also has secondaries. And this will dislodge the FTG a little bit. I mean, she will have to react to the Odin pushing. However, Odin is not the tankiest ship in the game, so chances are she is going to go down. But we do control 2 of the 3 cap zones, and I think we're ahead in ships, right? Yeah, 6 versus 5. So any kind of trades we do at this point are good. I swapped back to AP because I was hoping FTG would show me more side, but apparently it's actually the opposite. Oh, maybe she will show side now. She's actually turning around to start running from the Odin. That's the right choice. That's definitely the chance I would have taken. But unfortunately for her, that does open up her broadside to me. So goodbye FTG.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Very well played by that Odin. That push was an excellent idea. That properly dislodged the FTG. And if the FTG had just sat there, Odin would have gotten close enough to Torp, and then FTG would have gone down anyway. So now, should I focus on the Kremlin? What do we have left? We have me, the Odin, the Georgia, Smolensk, Z46, and the... okay, no Smolensk anymore. But we do still hold the numerical advantage. In terms of battleships, well, they have a Minnesota, we have a Minnesota. Ooh, a Lexington! Scout plane up to take this one shot, because after that she's gonna be in range. I don't know if this is gonna work, but Lexington's exactly the ship I needed to see here, because this allows me to pick on a rather soft target. I just hope my aim was on point. Okay, oh! Yeah, that's pretty good. 20k damage, no citadels involved, just 20k damage straight up. Damn, that's pretty good. Excellent. Although it would be really nice if we got some vision right now, because if we could hit the Lexington again, that could go very, very well for us. But here, since we can't see the Lexington and the Minnesota is low, obviously we're gonna finish off the Minnesota. Well done by the Odin though. Good rush with the Torps again. I think her trade was absolutely worth it at the moment. In fact, I'm gonna compliment him right here, because that was truly well played. Okay, so now it's a 3 versus 3. They have a Friesland, which is going to make Kaga's life difficult. Luckily, Friesland does not have torpedoes. They also have a fairly low HP Kremlin, so we should certainly win this fight over here, right? Kremlin has 12k HP, but she's angled, so I'm gonna swap to HE, to do a follow-up salvo on her. Chances are Georgia might go down to the Lexington plains, but we'll at least get the Kremlin, and then maybe I'll take a shot on the Friesland as well. Oh, there goes the Kremlin, goodbye. Oh, Lexington's up. Okay, I'm gonna take a salvo on the Lexington then. Come on, anti-air, do something. But the next salvo is gonna be on the Lexington. However, sadly I have HE loaded, so I can't punish this Lexington heavily. For some reason she's showing broadside to us. This is a very, very, very silly decision, but I don't have AP loaded to punish her, and swapping over would take way too long. So I'm gonna fire HE and then swap to AP. I mean, we did deal 11k damage and started the fire, which will deal... oh wait, no, damage control party, right. If she doesn't have damage control party, that would have done another 3000 damage or so. Oh, Georgia's anti-air actually took out the planes. As long as we can keep this Lexington spotted, we can easily finish her off. My AP is loaded in a bit. Okay, come on Lexington. You know you want to catch these. I mean, the shells on the ship have been treating me quite well, so I think they will hit the Lexington here. Okay, 12k, she has 1000 HP left, but hopefully the Georgia finishes her. Come on, 940 HP. Come on, Georgia, secondaries. Go, 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 go. Oh, 537. Come on. Georgia, I believe in you. Excellent. Well done, Georgia. Now, it's time for fighting the Friesland, but this is actually a bit of a problem, because our Kaga is heading closer to the Friesland. And while we might be heading points right now, the enemy does control 2 of the 3 cap zones. We're obviously going to take one of them, right? If we want at least. But the problem is, if our Kaga goes down, we have no way of spotting that Friesland again. And while she might not have torpedoes, all she needs to do is wait it out, because she is in our last cap zone. Oh, 83 HP! Oh boy, this is looking bad, because Friesland is gonna eat through Kaga very quickly. I think we need to sink that Friesland, otherwise we might just lose. I'm using AP here because we simply need 1 hit, and HE sometimes doesn't deal damage. I want to make sure that we deal damage. Doesn't matter what it is, we just need to deal damage. Come on. I want to hedge my bets a little. Kaga, come on. You can sink her with secondaries. Nope. But it's okay. We got her with our long-range AP shells. Honestly though, I think we would have lost if I hadn't been able to sink her with this, or maybe the Georgia. Because, well, Kaga was the reason we had her spotted. And once Kaga went down, that wouldn't have been possible, and the enemy was ahead in points before I sank her. And they would have had 2 of the 3 cap zones. Georgia was in the A cap, but they had B and C. Well, I sank 4 ships, did 163k damage, saved the game at the very end. I think this was a pretty good game. But let's compliment the Georgia, and fine, I'll compliment the Kaga too. You see, the Kaga should have actually run away. She almost threw this game, but luckily it didn't end up going that way. That Z46 also did well, and the Odin obviously already got... Oh my god! 2,100... The Friesland got more XP on the losing team than anybody else in this game. Wow, well done. And 82 damage to end the game. I feel kinda sorry for that Friesland, but on the other hand, I guess that saved my game. Damn, that was really close though, because I really think they might have won this game there. I don't know if we would have been able to get into B in time to be able to contest it for points, because we would have had to have some time to actually, you know, get enough points, but hey, it worked out, so I guess it's fine. So, let's go over the captain skills. This time it's a different build, so I go for priority target, expert marksman, superintendent, concealment expert, then fire prevention, then adrenaline rush, and last I go for basics of survivability instead of jack of all trades and the other thing. Because I want to take propulsion mod. You see, on the other build I took damage control, but here I'm gonna take propulsion mod. Because propulsion mod allows you to accelerate very quickly from a standstill. Last slot I used the dispersion upgrade and concealment and range because it's kind of a slow ship, then damage control and main arts modification 1. But the propulsion mod I think is really nice to have. It makes a battleship accelerate way too quickly, way faster than you expect, especially for a ship of this size. And hey, we probably dodged one of those torpedoes because of that. So, you know, it's kind of okay, I think. Oh yeah, in yesterday's video, people commented when I fought Amagi that you can't Citadel her at close range because of her turtleback. And they're partly right. You can't Citadel an Amagi at that kind of range, but it's not because of the turtleback. It's because her Citadel sits so low in the water, like she sits below the waterline, that you need to arc your shells a little bit. And so you can't Citadel her at close range. It's not because battleships don't have enough pen, they do. Flammo is completely correct. You want to aim at the Amagi when she's turning, because then she lifts her Citadel a little bit and then you can actually land shells into her. But it's not because of the turtleback, it's because of how low the Citadel is. And here's obviously a demonstration that it is technically possible. Although at the ranges I was fighting at, 3.5 kilometers, I didn't succeed in getting a Citadel, but maybe I just got unlucky. And obviously I didn't try that in the Minnesota, I tried it in the Montana, which does have the same pen as the Iowa, so Iowa should have the same results there. But Minnesota does have less penetration, which is, again, kind of baffling. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.